Now lesson learned in China. Number two, it's religion. Yeah, I have to say this. This one has to be said because there's been many videos out there that Chinese people are persecuting and their persecutions are not very nice. And it is true. Chinese is generally a Buddhist country, but majority of people now who are coming up are atheists. Chinese do not believe there is a God. For them, God is a myth. God is just a storybook. It's a story, and Jesus does not exist, and Allah does not exist. So this is how it works in China. I will explain later about governance in China. China, everything is controlled by the government. The Communist Party of China sets rules and laws that will protect its people. That's what they say. So for them, religion is a source of rebellion. They feel extreme teachings is going to bring, and it will make people become rebellious. And considering the population of 1.4 billion, China does not want to lose control of its people. So now what it does is this. It allows Christianity, it allows Islam, but it's controlled in this sense. They literally sit down and go through your notes as a pastor, or can go through your notes as an imam, so that they see whatever you're saying, you're not saying things that will make people hate the government. There's this story that is going around now in Xinjiang province of Muslims. They are being put in, they call them correctional centers. And this is what they are doing to them. We can call it brainwashing. For us on this other side, we call it brainwashing, but for them it's teaching. Their perspective is very different. So what they do is they make them recite. They literally recite the national anthem. They recite policies that the government has put up so that they become dependent on the government. So are there Christians in China? Yes, they are there. But you will have to acknowledge that the CPC and the government of China is still supreme. Now that's where the problem comes in, because now being led by the Holy Spirit and Allah telling you something, that's where the clash comes in. Because now for me as a Christian, there's this belief of, I believe in the Holy Spirit, I'm being led by the Holy Spirit. In China, they don't believe that. I cannot be controlled by something I cannot see. So that is where the clash comes in. Chinese people are not allowed to enter into any Christian gathering. In this sense, I as an African, I can go to Beijing, I can go to any part of China, I start a church. But the target should only be your color, Africans, or white people, but do not invite a Chinese person. That is the secret. That is the thing. I mean, not the secret, but that is the thing. You, according to the law, you can open a church, you can invite people from your different countries to come to your church, but do not invite a Chinese person. Are there Orthodox Catholics in China? They are there, but everything is still controlled. So if the Chinese government comes and sees that there's a big cross on top of your church and they don't like it, they say just demolish it, they will demolish it. Because anyway, everything belongs to the government. That is now where persecution comes in. There is no freedom of religion. There's no freedom of belief. The only belief that is there is belief that is in connection with their old religions. Taoism, there's Confucianism, and now there's Buddhism. Those are four. All those four, they sum up the Chinese culture. If your religion is in those four, you're fine. But anything other than that is extreme. They call it extreme. And for you're going against the laws of the government. So it is true what you're seeing on YouTube. It is true when you see these videos of Chinese churches being demolished. It is true. It is true that there are people who are going to correctional centers to be brainwashed. It is true. For us, we will call it brainwashing, but for them, they call it teaching. Their perspective is very, very different. And what I learned when I was in China was this. I used to attend church on Saturday because I don't know why all the services it was never on Sunday. It was always on Saturday. And us as Africans, when we used to come together, it was very interesting because in a country where there is no God, that is where I felt God even more. That's the interesting thing. When I was in China, when all Africans meet up, it was so powerful. It was so nice because all of us are one. For the first time, Africans, we were never looking at each other as Zambians or Mozambique or from Namibia. We were all one. We were just Africans in a foreign country and we were loving on God. And that was very powerful for me. So when people are telling you stories of how Chinese underground church, where they take the Bible, they rip a page, they give it to everyone, they give a page to everyone who attends church so that they read the Bible verses and then they prayerfully pray for God to show them where the next meeting will be. For me, I considered it such a blessing. For me, I really appreciated Africa because I was like, oh my, for us we take going to church for granted. We sit down and like, today I don't feel like going to church. But in China, I attended church every Saturday because I was like, wow, if I do not have this, if I don't have this community of believers, how will I survive in a country like this? And because of lack of strong beliefs and strong religion principles, China has a very weird beliefs. Chinese, for them, my way of corruption is not their way of corruption. For them, giving you money to help them get business, it's not corruption in their eyes. I'm thinking, what do you mean? So for them, giving you money to get something in return, for them, it's not wrong. For them, abortion is not wrong. Because the government doesn't want many children. So if you get a child, just have to abort. So because of that lack of belief and strong belief, they don't have morals. Let me say. Their morals are not the same as ours. And what I came to understand when I was there was, I really feel sad for them. I think when I was in China, I was like, for sure, there's nothing to admire about these people. Apart from the drive that they have, the hunger that they have for development of building their country, I think that is admirable. But other than that, deep down as an individual, there's nothing to admire about Chinese. Chinese are the most saddest people I've ever met. For me, when I was there and I laugh out loud, literally laugh out loud, Chinese will look at you like, why are you laughing? What is that? Why do you have so much peace and so much joy in your heart? What is this? And when you try to explain to them about Jesus, it's like you're talking Greek. It's literally you're trying to explain to them Jesus and who Jesus is. You start from Genesis chapter 1 and you also tell them about Jesus. He died on the cross for you and your sins. It is very, very basic. And it was very interesting. I grew closer to God when I was in China because I was like, wow, I should never take this thing for granted. Because there are people who do not have it. There are people who do not experience who God is. And at the same time, that same country has the largest underground church. Now that's the interesting thing. So the thing that I learned when I came back from China was this, that we may seem and we may think that Chinese people are coming to this country for business. But for me, deep down, I believe that they are coming here so that they may see Jesus. Because you cannot go there and preach Jesus. It is our duty as Kenyans right now, for all the Chinese who are here, they need to see Jesus. They need to see Jesus in the way we run our lives, in the way we carry ourselves, in the way we speak, because they have a sense of curiosity. What is this that Kenyans have? Why is it that they are so poor but they still laugh? They still laugh. Why is it that they're struggling in life? They don't have that financial stability, but they still peace and joy in the people, in the citizens of the country. I think that's something. It's a curiosity that we need to literally answer. It's something that we need to answer. So for anyone out there who has interacted with Chinese people and is interacting with Chinese people, if you are a born-again Christian, you need to reach out to them. You need to make them feel comfortable. You need to allow them to trust you. And you literally need to be that best friend that they do not have, because they do not have that freedom to do that. The only time that Chinese people have fun is when they are drunk. I notice anytime when they are drunk, when they are smoking their mouths off and literally their lungs away, That's the only time you can see Chinese having fun. Chinese can drink alcohol Monday lunchtime. Who drinks at lunchtime on Monday? Chinese people do. Chinese drink anytime. They drink lunch and dinner. They can drink every day. Lunch and dinner, lunch and dinner, lunch and dinner. So that's another thing that I learned, that they are very empty individuals that need to see God. And I think that is our role right now as Kenyans. Anyone who's a believer, any church out there that gets Chinese visitors, this is the first thing that we need to target. We need to target to minister to their hearts. We need to target to understand that they are empty and they need to be filled. Yeah. So religion is a very sensitive part of me, considering I'm a born-again Christian. So there's that feeling of we need to get out of our box of feeling angry that they are coming to colonize. No, they're not coming to colonize. For them, they're just here to do business, and they need to be told about Jesus. And I think this is the right place to do it. So next lesson learned, join me. Shie Zaijian.